Warning: viewer discretion is advised. This channel and its content are not intended for anyone under 13 years of age. If you are under 13, please turn off this video. The following may contain material not suited for viewers under 13, such as coarse and suggestive language, tobacco, drug and/or alcohol references, simulated/fantasy violence, and adult situations. Additionally, this channel and its contents are not intended to be a replacement for proper parenting. Don't allow viewing habits to interfere with personal responsibilities and relationships. Constructive criticism is encouraged, making for better content. Jokes are jokes, albeit immature ones. Please watch responsibly. Thank you.
It's colossal. It's stupendous. It's conspicuously incredible. Hurry, step right up. Hey, Sonny, you want to give it a try?
Hello everyone, and welcome back to another edition of Conspicuously Incredible Gaming. I am your host, Mike. So, this is going to be number 15. From the Murphy snafu I had for the last one. That was 14. Yeah, I played like an hour and a half, I think. Mind you, all I did was kind of go back and backtrack a bit and didn't really do the story. But yeah, then the video didn't save for some reason, so then you got 14, which should have been 15 anyway. This is 15 now, so let me go ahead and get right on into it. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna be pretty pissed if this one don't save, but whatever. So, if you remember last time I went through, I got the crystal and everything. I went and defeated the boss. And I had made mention that one of those rooms on the way into the final boss room of that dungeon, I believe I might have forgot something in, and I actually did. That after you break the stone over top of the pathway, I don't think it wasn't it was one of the rooms. I think it was the first room that you went into. The second was kind of straightforward. But that first room to the northwest was the entrance to the next room down. There was a room to the northeast and to the southwest. And I completely, totally just skated right on by them. So I do intend on trying to do another session of dicking around with these giants. I'm going to have to go back to the town, get the whatever. Because one, if not a good portion of these guys now need that silver armor. At least the mages, the silver bangles. So let's see. What do I have left in terms of... Because I'm sure I've got no, It's just going to be cheaper in the end to go up here and heal and just use the boat, top off some items, and then come back. Because I am going to have to dredge back down into the lowest levels of this place again to get those two. There's probably about 10 grand worth of gold down there, plus a couple items. So it is worth it. I did check. It's, yeah, somewhere between 10 and 15 grand down there. Then I believe it is. I leave this town, go south and then west for a good clip. Crescent Lake, something like that. I believe this next area. So I guess they're the four elements. I did earth, I think the next one's water. Oh, shit. Oh, no. I noticed that the crawl ain't going across the bottom again like it should be. Is there a way to refresh that element? Yeah, I've noticed that Streamlabs has added a lot of new stuff in. I don't know how much of it was there or how much of it was open when I started using, what, Ultra or hell they're paid. It's whatever. It's whatever. I mean, you guys have seen all it is, you know. If you'd like to donate, there's a few, tip or whatever, there's the links in the description. And, you know, like, subscribe and everything if you do like the content. That's about it. I'll try to get that. I think a lot of that for some reason, because what I'm actually using, there's got to be a different way of doing it, but what I'm actually doing is the built-in, like, donation ticker, where you're supposed to be able to put the tags in and show the previous donations. I just basically repurposed that and used that as just a regular information ticker. And I'm guessing because its purpose was supposed to be to show the donations, the previous donations, it needs to connect to the internet to get a hold of those. And if it doesn't connect to the internet, it doesn't want to work. How many of those? Because I don't... We've got quite a few of those. Yeah, I'm at the point where other than petty items, and I'm hoping the items are better in this next town over. I mean, the heals work good, but you gotta get, like, you just gotta run through them. They're good for a pinch in battle, but they're good for basically standing around and just giving them to him in the menus. At this point, it's almost, you know, if it wasn't for the fact that the magic spells, you only have so many of them, and you kind of need them in battle, and they work better. Like, I don't know. Just let this thing run and do its. I don't know how many I'm gonna end up getting. Got a lot of tents. I probably could use a couple more pure just to be sure I have them. What I've been finding as my level has gone up, I haven't gotten poisoned as much. I mean, it's still getting poisoned, but not as much, it seems. I wonder if this silver bangle should have, or any kind of thing silver actually, because silver has antibacterial properties. You know, in the real world, maybe they programmed it in here where silver would have like a nullifying effect on poison and shit. I don't know. You'd hope. That should be quite a bit there. I might as well just get 100 or 99 of them. At this point, you know. Yeah, may as well max out what I can carry. And now, so 99. We're kind of good enough for those too. Alright, well, I will just go back over here and then run back through there. So probably more than likely run back through there, cop those 2 rooms, come out back in and farm some of those giants. Yeah, at this point. I'm not sure at this point. I think the rest of the game is kind of downhill from here. Like I said, it took me up till last video to get one of the crystals to light. So, like this next area here is almost damn near to the next, you know, to the next dungeon, to the next area. So, you know, we'll see how it goes. Yeah, like I said, it's just That's a bad spider. Done. Just like done. I knew you wouldn't do it. Yeah, I knew you would. That's why I doubled up on that one. I knew you would. Alright. That was here, right? Yep. See, I could see where the white mage would actually do good against snakes. You used to always have like the priest class and the holy men deal with snakes. That makes a lot more sense. Still didn't get him though, did he? No. That's a bad ogre. Yeah, I gotta talk because of the damn content match. I swear it's 40-year-old game. Move. "40-year-old game, 8-bit chiptune music," and that's what it's pissing and whining about. That's a bad bull. Bull? No fair, bull. It's Dean Martin, Jerry Lewis, Hollywood or bust. They end up getting that car. The whole premise of the movie was that the character that Dean Martin played, him and his buddies were running a scam because this I guess movie theater or something was running this big raffle for a car. Like you had to buy these tickets and everything, and then you'd get your name was drawn, you won a nice. It was like a. I don't think it was a '57 Chevy. It might have been like a '59. A nice big Chevy, a nice big car. And they were running a scam. The dude knew the printer, basically, that printed them, and had them print off a second copy of them, so that no matter what ticket was drawn, dude had it in a big box of tickets. But Jerry Lewis's character, Malcolm, had been buying these tickets like crazy, along with a lot of other people, but dude had a whole shoebox full. And he also won the car. He won the car legit. So in telling the guy, well, they made a mistake. It's two tickets. I guess we should each get a car. And the guy's like, well, I don't make the rules. That's, you guys just have to split the car. So the big reason why Jerry Lewis's character, who was this big movie nut, by the way, wanted the car was he wanted to drive from, it was like Jersey somewhere, New York or Jersey, somewhere where they lived. And New York, more than likely, most likely. And he wanted to drive to Hollywood to meet his favorite actress he was crushing on at the time, Anita Ekberg. Well, Dean Martin's character, I think he went by Dean in that as well, was all like, yeah, sure, we'll get in the car and we'll go on down here. And his intention was to somehow or another ditch him part way, return back with the car, sell the car to pay off his bookie. But between, as old movies and stuff like that go, the old trope, he tried several times. No matter what he damn did, he couldn't get away from him. Malcolm had this big-ass Great Dane that didn't make things easier either. And halfway through, they come across this woman that, I don't know what possessed this. It was like an old Model A or a Model T. Old-ass car, even by that standard. It was 60. This thing was like, turn of the century, 20, something like that. I mean, pretty damn souped up for what it was worth. I don't think it was a Model T, but, I mean, by the time we had went where the hoods actually come up in cars, she still had where they kind of gull-winged and folded up over. I can't remember what the hell the car was. It was almost like a damn Beverly Hillbillies Jed Clampett car. And, they're just cruising along, and she passes them, not on the left like you're supposed to, but on the right, like a dumbass. Well, dude wasn't having it. He flags her down. He runs her down, basically. Not runs her over, but, speeds up to catch up to her. Passes her on the right, just to give her a taste of her own medicine. Of course, she's all pissed off and shit. After they get down the road, they get to a gas station. They give this little old lady a ride that turns out to be, for all intents and purposes, like a Ma Barker type. She holds them up. She fucking jacks the car. So, as they're walking down the road, this woman in the old car passes them up. Of course, they hop on. She didn't really want to give them a ride, but they wouldn't get in. They hopped on anyway. broke her fenders, her running boards, all that shit. They ended up fixing that. And they did eventually get back to the car because, which is funny how that kind of stupidity worked out in his favor. But when they were at the gas station, just as the right when the old lady had come up to him, the dude explained to him, after when the car ran out of gas. He goes, "Yeah, I thought you put gas in the car." It's like, "I did. I told him to put very little in so the gas wouldn't evaporate in the tank." So, the woman jacked the car, but the car only barely had any gas in it, and only got a couple of miles down the road before it sputtered out. So she just abandoned the damn thing. So they come along with a gallon of jerry can full of gas, about a gallon, enough to get them somewhere to fill up again. And partway through, they end up stopping at this farmhouse. It was kind of more of an open field with a farmhouse down in view. Just there to kind of relax a while. Of course, this is where the whole, Dean Martin trying to hit on the woman and all this shit. In order to try to get some time alone with the woman, the dude feigns stomach kind of hurting, and haven't been drinking too much of this coffee, haven't got my nice warm milk like I should. And Jerry Lewis's character looks down there at that barn and goes, "Well, there's a barn down there. Yeah, maybe there's a cow down there. I'll get you some milk." He goes, "Sure. Yeah, sure." He goes, "And don't gotta worry about that milk being nice and warm, because that cow's been out in the sun all day." He gets down there, and it's not a cow. There may have been cows on the property somewhere else, but it wasn't a cow in that pen, it was a bull. Of course, he realizes, after he gets in, he's holding a pot in his hand to try to milk the cow to put it in the pot to take it with him. And the bull just was not having it. So he's running all over the place, and they hear him screaming from down there, and they come in the car and go down there to see what's going on. And in order to, instill a little bit of courage in the guy, the woman already kind of knew that he was a movie buff. And, oh no, what was it? He took off his coat, his red coat, and was waving it around like a, your jacket. And then he takes it off and he's waving it around, and so the bull's stalled, but it's snorting and carrying on at him, and because the bull really isn't advancing. Shit, I should have got rid of the werewolves first because of the poison thing. He stops to brag. He's like, just like Rudolph Valentino in Blood and Sand. Didn't he use a red cloth to fight the bull too? And the woman goes, "It was a sword. He used a sword to fight him with." Malcolm, "Sure he had a sword." And then he realizes he had a sword to fight him with? And then he looks back at the bull. "Bull? No fair, bull." But it took 20 minutes to tell a story about a movie, a part in a movie with a bull. "Sure he had a sword." "No fair, bull." But he gets down there and he sees the damn bull. "Just come to get some milk from from the little woman. How is the missus?" The bull was pissed. Ah, here we go. Got one of them. I would say that should be enough there to get rid of that one. Fight. Wait. Oh, you actually killed him for once. Alright. He didn't pop off that poison, which means I'm going to have to use it, and then I'm going to have to rearrange their order again because he's going right damn down to the bottom of the pecking order. So Mom found that movie years ago on VHS. I know she had seen it probably since she was a little girl. And I first saw it back in the very early 90s, and I thought it was funny then. But, I mean, like a lot of things, you don't really get the joke until you're older because of references and stuff. But we got Wizard Ogre now. But when dude was out there waiting in the car, waiting for Malcolm to come down with his dog, Mr. Bascom. Which I don't see why he didn't. Oh, I think that's because he took the keys with him. Is why. But he come down with a suitcase. He already had that shit packed. He was already anticipating leaving that night because he knew he knew in his bones he was going to win that car, and he did. So he had a bag packed and everything. Got the bag, got the dog, come down there. And as he comes down the stairs, he goes, hey, oh, it was Steve, not Dean Martin. It was Steve was the character. He goes, this is my dog, Mr. Bascom. Steve kind of, there for a minute I thought it was swaps. I thought he was going to trade him the dog for the car. But, they finally get to Hollywood, and they end up gambling and shit. Dude had this whole thing with like his lucky feeling, and it hit him in the casino, and he won. For back in the day, it was quite a bit. You know, about $10,000 he won, and he spent it all on an expensive bracelet to give to her, to Anita Ekberg, and when he told Steve, Steve was like, "You can't give a woman you hardly know a gift like that. It's too personal." Or give her, He goes, "Well, what do you want me to take it back? You be an Indian giver? Yeah, give her an Indian. That's not so personal." It's just stupid shit. Staff. Damn, just still fighting these bitches. Yeah, there's this and there's the other one down to the southwest. But yeah. There's some shit in them old ass movies. And I'm going to have to look and see which one come first. I think Hollywood or Bust came first. there was another movie. They were in a lot of movies together. It was kind of the Abbott and Costello, Dean and Lewis. Uh, Walter Matthau and Jack Lemmon, The Odd Couple. Like, they were just always doing movies together. And, oh shit. Why does that Sphinx have an eye patch? To figure out what they're... Oh, yeah. Alright, time to light them up. Yeah. Let's at least... I did finally get him to a level I could use that with. Not undead, so that's not going to really work either. I doubt that's going to work on them. Yeah, did not think so. Damn, just... So it's not really fire. I mean, it's effective enough, but... I mean, being winged creatures, probably lightning. So what the hell I got? Fire 3. It only works but so much. That did some damage. And it's still about the same. So I tried fire, lightning, so ice. Well, hopefully this was enough. Just, at this point, just stabby the shit out of him. There we go. But, yeah, they made a movie. I didn't even catch to see what that, I didn't even catch to see what the amount of money I got from that, and I should have healed before I... Oh well. I didn't use ice. Smite, I don't know. The fire and the lightning seem to do about the same. That was... it's still all about the same, to be honest. So... I remember that didn't work that last time, did it? Oh well. Okay, let me go back to... Damn. So... There was a movie that they were in called Artists and Models. And it was about, like I said, like a lot of their stuff kind of took place in New York. I mean, even back then, if it wasn't like somewhere in California, it was always like New York somewhere. And they were living in this apartment building. And the apartment was kind of, the whole point of it was like everybody that lived there. And them, like the dude was an aspiring artist. And I think the one dude did jingles or did music. Jerry Lewis's character or something like that. Damn it, I didn't even pay attention to what I got off of that again. I mean, it's got to be quite a bit, but yeah, I didn't even pay attention. I might just farm here for a bit if that's getting me like at least $2,000 every time. But, see, in Hollywood or Bust, Jerry Lewis's character, Malcolm, when he slept, would talk in his sleep, but it was like this weird jerking, huh? Hey! How are you? I'm going, you know, like, kind of shit. And they might have taken that for the inspiration for later, because when the same actor, you know, a different movie, was sleeping, he would be narrating like this like comic book type, almost like Buck Rogers kind of adventure, you know. As he flew toward the forbidden planet, the rocket screeching like, and he's in his sleep, and it was annoying as hell at first. And then Dean Martin's character gets the bright idea, well, hey, let's just write all this down as he's, you know. And dude kind of made a big hit out of basically a comic book using the dude's nocturnal ramblings. But one of the funniest scenes was there was a woman upstairs that was doing like cosplay kind of stuff. She was big into like costume shit. This is before we called it cosplay, but she was upstairs doing this Batman or Batwoman thing, whatever the hell. They lived like in the middle, and upstairs was the good-looking kind of costume lady, and downstairs below them was kind of an overweight, homely-looking older woman. He got so excited one time, he missed their floor entirely. Ran up to the upstairs where the other lady. Okay, so it was 23. Alright. And, when he sees the woman and realizes it scares the hell out of him so bad, he runs down the stairs, but he runs past their apartment in the middle floor and straight down to the apartment below them, where she ends up coming up across the homely lady, runs back upstairs, misses his floor again, so he comes back when he finally talks to the dude. He's like, I tried to come here, you know, I was trying to wake you up, but I ran upstairs and got scared by the bat lady, and then went downstairs and got scared by the fat lady. Bat lady? Fat lady? What are you talking about? Yeah, that shit was kind of funny. Okay, yeah, now I'm getting where I could just straight on wang them one. Oh, they're on to me. Well, I think it's random, actually, to be honest. It might be even more rare, but there might be an occasion where you get 3 of them, but... I do need to still go down and get that other room, that other chest. So... Yeah, some of them old movies, if you were, you know... The comedy in some of them was a little bit of a slow burn. I mean, because nowadays they just take things to the most extreme and vulgar they possibly can. There was actually good, you know, good, clean, subtle humor in a lot of the stuff. Uh-huh, you're gonna make me all the way up, down, and around. Up my ass and to the left. If I can get them before they get me. Okay, as long as that one doesn't... As long as that one don't get no ideas. But yeah, I think as far as level cap, like, money might be another thing, but as far as level cap, I think I've gotten to the point now where I can... I've milked about everything I can milk out of this area. I mean, it's still a decent, you know, gets you a decent amount, but it's starting to get, like, not a challenge anymore. Which is good, at least I know I'm in the clear. I could, you know, do some farming and shit, but... It didn't even get a chance. It didn't even get a chance to hit me. Come on, Jimmy, move. Yeah. Yeah, I've had a lot of people over the years. My taste in movies is weird. Weird by today's standards, should I say. My mom's taste in movies was all over the place too. I gotta thinking back on it, she probably had a little bit of touch of the touch of the tism too, or some shit. Cause it was actually funny the shit she wouldn't watch, and yet all the other shit she would. Like, she liked comedy movies. I don't know. Some people, I guess, it gives them a bad impression or makes them feel a certain way. My mom couldn't really stand Pee Wee Herman. But the older movies, Pee Wee's Big Adventure and Big Top Pee Wee, she would watch those movies. I guess because it wasn't like just entirely focused in on Pee Wee the entire time. Like he had other people. He was, yeah, I definitely need that. Let's see, because she did not really care for his stand-up. Nor the whole Pee-wee's Playhouse thing, which I liked as a kid. I always wondered where it went. Why does he have the silver... Probably because he's wearing a silver... It's probably why, because he's wearing a silver bangle. And then... each of them both have a silver... Now, like I got a wooden staff somewhere or another. Oh, because that was weapon is why. Put him down here on here. I'll say, I've got a wooden staff and ain't nowhere here because it's here. Which... I still need to go... He got kind of targeted there. Did clear that then, didn't I? But as a kid, mom's, and for the most part, was true. Mom liked Western movies. Anything Western, anything Clint Eastwood, John Wayne, of the modern Westerns, the older Westerns. She liked a lot of black and white flicks too. She loved the Lonesome Dove series. But then I would come in watch, catch her watching Alien or Star Wars or Star Trek, Close Encounters of the Third Kind. It would be a scary movie, and then she would jump back and forth sometime to comedy, to sci-fi, to horror, to... That woman would watch a bit of everything, and yet I could not get her to sit still to watch, like, anime. Even a lot of the cartoons when we were kids, she wouldn't. I think I told y'all in a couple of videos previous, when we were kids, she called the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Like, Mom, how do you mess that up? They're ninjas, oh yeah, ninjas. Just, I don't know what the hell them green things are doing. Like, Mom, you can't be that, come on. A part of me thinks she was doing that shit just to, A part of it too is just like, well, because she don't really particularly care about it or get into it, so it doesn't really matter to learn the name of the thing, or I don't know. It was the same way with the Animaniacs. The thing with the Animaniacs that turned Mom off was the one pivotal moment, I'll tell you, that turned her off of that was the Great Wackarati, where Wacko was belching Swan Lake. Yeah, Mom just could not stand that. Beavis and Butthead, she couldn't get over the mindless chuckling. I got an uncle that, well, I mean, he's passed away since too, but my cousin's dad, he would not watch South Park because the first time he ever saw it was the Mr. Hanky episode, where at the beginning where they were doing the Mr. Hanky the Christmas Pooh song, and Mr. Hanky was dancing around on the table and slid down the back of the turkey, and boy, is that a dancing turd on the dinner table? Yeah, I think it is. Man, turn that shit's sick. Fuck that, turn that shit off. He would never ever give it a chance. My mom, the first episode she ever saw was the pilot. Cartman gets an anal probe. She thought that shit was funnier than fuck. Especially being at the time we had a cat, and she would do the Mr. Kitty thing, You be eating meow? So, my mom started it first, actually. No, Kitty, this is my pot pie. She would look down at Smokey. No, Kitty, this is my pot pie. So Mom thought that was funny. When that part with Mr. Hanky came along, it wasn't so much of the dancing around on the dinner table. It wasn't so much of the sliding down the back or the breast of the turkey. It was the line, "Put me in your mouth and try to say," and Mr. Hanky jumped in that little girl's mouth. Mom went, "Ugh, oh God, ugh." Ugh. But I still caught her later on. I mean, it didn't turn her off of watching it. She was just like, God damn, that's a weird show. I caught her later on when they did the other Christmas special with Mr. Hanky and his family. And they did I think the Rankin Bass was the year without a Santa Claus, or fuck, I forgot what the name of it was. Well, basically it was the mice that had to fix the clock tower and the bells so that the bells would chime so Santa would show up. And he was introducing his family, and the one, Cornwallis, oh, don't worry about Cornwallis. He was born with a peanut in his head. I caught Mom quite a few times. Boy, must have been born with a peanut in his head. Mom couldn't stand Malcolm in the Middle because of the kind of bickering going on. I never really watched the show either, but she couldn't stand it because some of the bickering going on between them. She couldn't really stand Married with Children either. She watched All in the Family, but not Al Bundy. Nah, because Al Bundy was opinionated about women. That's, Come on, Jimmy, move. Let's see. Save it here too, so I don't screw it up that bad. So yeah, I'm done with this. I'm just gonna go over here and see what all kind of goodies. The only thing is, I don't know if I'm gonna have to double check. I mean, this will give me a head start on what I may need later but I gotta double check to see that more than one of them can use that silver armor. Well, I know the one can, because I just swapped out with the silver bangles, so I know the one can. I gotta try to figure out how many of the other ones can. Let me actually, while I'm thinking about it here, equip. So he can't equip it. So I've only got one other that can equip it, so I only need one more. So yeah, I only need one more then. So I've got that taken care of here. Let me just see with these giants how much I'm going to get off of them a piece. Those Sphinx were getting a good deal, about $1,000 a piece off of each of them too, but so I'm not exactly sure too if I'm at the point. Cause yeah, if it's not more than what I was getting. Down there with the Sphinx, I'll probably just turn around. I'm already an hour and 5 into this video anyway. So this one can be cut down and I could actually start the beginning of the next video here. Advancing the story. Attention to the thing. Yeah, it wasn't much better than the Sphinx. So I'm gonna run up out of here, and we'll just get on back to the town here. Hit the end, and then save it, and then when I come back on the next video, I'll get in the boat. We'll go over to the next area. Oh no. Should have used the 2. It's just barely gonna do anything to him. That one caught that one. Caught that one. Okay. Alright, done. That works. So yeah, I'll just... I know I don't need that. Forgot which one that I had. I don't remember, the coral or the silver was better. So now I got, silver. I probably should be. Yeah, the silvers was still better. I believe. That's also a silver dagger, too, is it not? So that's the thing that's not a sword. That could also be why he's not doing shit either. I don't even know if he can wield that. This weapon. I think the armor shop was up here. Yeah, sell both of those irons. And buy. Another silver. Steel. Shit. Well, I can pass one down to the other for right now. Boy, that took a chunk out of it, didn't it? Armor. Silver with steel. He was the only other one that could use it, though, wasn't it? Yeah, he was the only other one that could use it, so... So I may as well drop that now. Wrong one. Well, let's go in here, save it. And then I'll chop this one, and yep, you guys will see me back with the next one. So, until then, yep, take care. This has been Conspicuously Incredible Gaming with your host, Mike. If you like this content, give it a thumbs up, like, subscribe, share with your friends, do all the things. Helps. Also check the links down below for the place that I stream when I stream, as well as archive sites I'm setting up. There's Discord if you'd like to join that nonsense. There's also Cash App and Streamlabs if you'd like to donate $1 or $2. And if not, I appreciate you watching. There's also the obligatory credits for things that I've gotten in places and people to help, credit where it's due. All that good stuff down there. And, streamlining it, I seem to be doing it quicker or I'm missing something. Anyway, with that being said, thank you all for watching. Take care and have a good 4. Conspicuously Incredible Gaming is a conspicuously incredible production. ConspicuouslyIncredible.com